Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gopakta Vrindam Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gopakta Vrindam Goranga Haribo Goranga Haribo Goranga Haribo Goranga Haribo Goranga Haribo Goranga Haribo Goranga Goranga Haribo Goranga Haribo Goranga Haribo Krishna 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 Haribo Krishna Krishna Haribo Nityananda Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Chaitanya 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 Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Krishna, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Get this one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna, Jaya Jaya Vrindavan, Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna, Jaya Jaya Vrindavan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. bit more. Nityananda, 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 Chaitanya, 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 Krishna, 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 Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, 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 Gauranga, 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 Haribo, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Haribo, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Chaitanya, Nityananda Chaitanya, Nityananda Chaitanya, Nityananda Chaitanya, Nityananda Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Vrindavan, Radha Krishna Vrindavan, Radha Krishna Vrindavan, Radha Krishna Vrindavan, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Thank you for putting up with me. I feel very unqualified.
You make me stretch. It's for short people. Yeah, it's for short people. It's for dwarfs. Hello. Yes. Thank you. Cheers. Haribol. Haribol, guys. It's nice to see you. Everyone here. So today we're doing as you know, a little, small celebration of Krishna's appearance day. You still get a lot of people who, pretty much Krishna's a household word these days, which is a good thing. The names of God should be household words. So everyone's heard of that sound vibration. So it's really hard to talk about Krishna because he is completely complete. How can you describe something that's completely complete? Yeah, it's very, very, very difficult. You can make some scratching attempt, sort of clawing away. Kind of like, what's the analogy they use in the Vedas? Like holding a small flame, like a small candle to the sun. There's no comparison, right? You can't. And that's how we feel when we try and glorify the Supreme. It is very difficult. In fact, it could almost be said for some of us, like myself, it's pretty much impossible. But nevertheless, we don't have a choice. We have to make the attempt. Our spiritual master instructs us, by my command, you go out and you try and pass on what you know about Krishna to others and tell them the very same thing. That if you hear a little bit about Krishna and you understand it, then when the situation is right, you should speak it to others. So that's how this process works. For Krishna to appear in this material world is not very difficult. After all, we're all here, right? You and I are here. It's not that difficult. You just need a father and a mother, and off you go again on another dance in another body, If this one craps out, you get another one. And just according to your desire and karma, you'll be attracted to the appropriate womb of the next mother. And on you go again. So our folly is that we've come into this material situation, and we become confused. This material situation is dazzling, to say the least. Everything is demanding attention. Look at me, look at this, look at that, look at this. So our attention gets distracted. So instead of being on the Supreme, our attention goes to little flashes in this material world. No different than a flashlight going off, really. Then it's gone. Or a firework, Some fireworks are very beautiful. They bang and wow, everyone goes, wow. But then it's gone. A split second later, it's all over. All that energy, all that beauty, all that. But while you were absorbed in it, that was your attention gone to that. Not that it's wrong to see fireworks. But we're trying to make a point here. The point is that this material energy is designed to distract us from our real purpose, our real function. You have an eternal activity. It is called Sanatan Dham. And basically, in a nutshell, it just means that our natural function, our natural spiritual occupation is to be in loving union with the Supreme Soul. That's it. In loving union with the Supreme Being. Where the two become one in love. And in the yoga text we see the Achintaveda Tattva. Simultaneously one, like two lovers together. You can say that when two people come together and they're in love, their purpose is one. They're one entity in a sense, because the other's heart is the other's heart. You know what I'm saying? The other's mind is the other's mind. They become very, very much like that. So it is like this with the Supreme. That love is the same. It's just that if we manage to get it onto the Supreme, back onto God Himself, then we're very fortunate. To make it easy for us to do this, Krishna sometimes appears within this material energy. There are 4 cycles to this material energy. They're called yugas. And throughout the 4 yugas, there are 12 times that are described in the Vedas when the Supreme Person appears for His pleasure. So Krishna appeared about 5,000 years ago as the original Supreme Personality. You've all heard of Rama. Like if you go up to Bali and places like that, you hear the Ramayan. You hear about Lord Ramachandra. That Lord Rama is Krishna appearing as a warrior, as a king. He was the most beloved king. So he wanted to play that pastime at that time. That history is about 1 million years ago, by our calculation. And this is from we don't speculate on this. It's there. The history's there. The Vedas are there. So the Vedas are telling us different periods in throughout the history of the yugas. Now the yugas go in cycles. It's like a wheel turning. Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, like that. And this is the worst yuga to be in. It's like the winter period of the universe. It's a very difficult time to find the peaceful situation where you can focus on the divine. So to make it easy for us, Krishna makes it easy for us in this age. He knows that the living entities in this age have difficulty in remembering God. So he gives us the easiest method, and that is the chanting of his names, right? So as a point of drawing our attention to him, he appeared 5,000 years ago as the original Supreme Personality. A lot of people in this world don't even understand that the Supreme does have form. You understand? There's a description in pretty much every bona fide religion in the world where they describe, the Quran or the Bible or the Vedas, they describe the Supreme as being omnipotent, with limitless potency. There's no limit to the potency of the Supreme. Completely complete. So a part of that completeness is form. The divine has form. Otherwise it wouldn't be completely complete. Would it? I mean, common sense. So he appears to give us a glimpse of what the spiritual world is like. If you have the good fortune of reading about Krishna's pastimes when he was here, then you enter into a world that personally, I felt this is where I'm from. It actually felt like a home. It felt very familiar and made me think, what am I doing here? Where am I? And I start reading and I look around and think, gosh, this is bizarre. This is quite bizarre. So Krishna appears to give us a chance to remember him. He loves you so much. He sees us flapping under the illusions of this material energy, and he takes great pity on us. He appears himself personally, or he appears via his holy names. And there's no difference, there's no distinction between the two. To hear the name of the Supreme or see the form of the Supreme, there is absolutely no difference whatsoever. One can't exist without the other. Yeah. So what I'm going to do while I'm holding my phone, I'm just going to read a couple of translations from what is known as the Brahma Samhita. Lord Brahma is the first living entity, like you or I, to enter into this material universe upon its creation. And he's in charge of, within that universe, he's given the potency to create the different planetary systems. So in a sense, Lord Brahma is the creator of this universe, but he's directed directly by the Supreme. Lord Brahma, you'll find there's descriptions of him. Actually, even in the Bible, I was very surprised. It spoke of Lord Brahma, the original and only child of God, born from the Supreme directly. Yeah, this is it's described how you might have seen paintings of Lord Brahma. He has 4 faces looking in the 4 directions. He has 4 arms. So Lord Brahma, when he's impregnated into this universe to begin the process of creation, to understand how to create, he goes into meditation upon the Lord within the heart. We all have this ability to do this because the Lord is in the heart of each and every one of us as the Paramatma, the Supreme Soul. Not you, but your best friend. Very, very close, just right here. Always has been, always will be. You're never alone. Lord Brahma desired that we should get some information about his boss, Krishna. So he spoke many verses actually in the Brahma Samhita, but I'll just read the first 6 verses, if you bear with me. And what they do, they give us a glimpse of the Supreme. Just understanding that God actually has personality. For some people it was a revelation. So he says, Krishna is known as Govinda, is the Supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. The second verse. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desires to all living beings. Dwelling within abodes built with spiritual gems and surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or gopis. In the third verse he says, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head bedecked with peacock feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue rain clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. 4. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautiful with the moon locket, whose 2 hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shyamasundar is eternally being manifested. 5. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and he is full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the other organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtained by pure, unalloyed love and devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, who is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. So I'll just do that for now, just a small glimpse. So people say, oh, well, what's God like? So in the Vedas are great writings, for example, like the Brahma Samhita, and we learn from this what the form of the Supreme is like. We don't have to speculate. You don't make it up. It's not, oh, is this your God? No. No. That's not the point at all. Krishna is Krishna, just like you are you. Krishna is a supreme living being. You are just a living being. You're not the supreme living being. You didn't create all these universes, all these stars, all these, So we're very limited and small. He is very great. But the fact is that we all spring from him, like Jiva Krishnadas likes to point out, like sparks springing from an immense fire. We have the same quality. Yeah, we're fire. We have qualities like heat and light. The little spark has those, but definitely not the same quantity, is it? The raging fire is far more than a little spark. So we learn to see the divine with that sort of vision. When we're chanting his names, we begin to see this form that is described to us by these great personalities, like Lord Brahma, like the past saintly persons who are all advising us to please come and experience what they have. And that's pure love for God. They're begging us, please, my dear friends. Actually, it brings to mind a little story before I stop. I won't go on too long. It's kind of a nice little story. There was a great devotee one time traveling throughout India, and he was coming to a village where there was a mystic yogi. Mystic yogis are yogis who practice their asanas and their pranayama, and they develop what are called siddhi, or mystic power, of which there are 8. And this particular person had the ability of lightness. He could actually walk across water, and just levitating basically, just above the surface. And so he's quite well renowned in that area. So anyway, this great devotee passes through, this great lover of God. He passes through this village where this yogi was. And he wanted to go further, so he went straight down to the river side and caught a boat across the river. And the whole village knew that this saintly person was going through, the way news travels in those days. So the great yogi the bogey yogi I call him, got wind of this, and he's saying, "Oh, why didn't he come and see me? Doesn't he realize who I am? What's wrong with this person?" He said, "I must go across and introduce myself." So we've got the devotee already across the river, right? And then this dickhead starts walking across the water. And he said, "Why didn't you come and see me?" And he said, "Oh, there's no need." And he said, "You seem to have everything you want." He said, "Don't you realize who I am? I'm the famous yogi, da-da-da-da-da-da-da," whatever his name was. "No, that's nice, that's lovely." And he didn't have any interest in this person whatsoever. And so it made him curious. He thought, "Oh, well, hold on. What do you have that I don't have?" And the devotee didn't say anything. He just started walking away. So this person at least had the intelligence to keep following him. And for days he was following, and he kept asking the same question: "What are you experiencing that I don't have?" And then one day, the devotee was down by the water. He was taking a little water and washing his face and that. And he said, "Oh, come down here and I'll tell you what I have." So he goes down and he grabs a yogi's head and pushes it under the water and holds it there. And the poor guy's flapping away, and flapping away. And just prior to his last breath, he pulls him up, goes, He said, "I have Krishna. And when you want Krishna as much as you wanted that breath of air, then you will have what I have." So, regardless to say, the yogi surrendered himself and became a little more humble and accepted his spiritual master. So that's how we should try and approach Krishna. With, we view our own situation in this world as very limited, as a poor person here. If you sincerely go within the core of your own heart and mind, in your own privacy, and look at your life, I don't know about you, but by my own strength, I haven't gotten very far. You can make achievements, you can get awards, you can get this and that. But when you add the equation of, I'm an eternal living being, what am I meant to be doing for eternity? Am I meant to be flapping around and playing in this material energy? Or is there some higher purpose to my existence? Yeah. And the answer is yes, there is. Sanatana Dharma. Become engaged in that again. Sanatana Dharma, it simply means serving the Supreme with great love. That's all. That's all it pretty much means. Yeah. There's no holding back. Give your heart, give your mind, give your entire... Jesus told us to do that, didn't he? Lord Jesus Christ. Give yourself to the Supreme, your whole heart, your whole mind, your entire being. Love God. Just love Him. But sometimes people have difficulty because there's not enough information. Who am I meant to be loving? So what we do, we get descriptions of the Supreme via our spiritual master, via past saintly persons. Lord Brahma himself tells us what Krishna is like. So we don't have to speculate. We don't have to make anything up in our silly little heads. We simply take in what the ears are hearing, and as you're chanting, gradually that form of the Supreme slowly starts to manifest within the core of your being. You begin to see the Supreme. You begin to see Krishna, face to face. And pretty much when that happens, it's all over. Your material life is over. You're not going to stay here very much longer, that's for sure. Because you've come into contact with something that is so far superior, it just can't be compared. And that's that exhilaration of love for God. So on Janmashtami, we thank Krishna for coming and showing us his form, showing us his pastimes, and by doing this, enticing us back to be with him, to be with all of our friends again, in that happy association, always joyful. Vaikuntha, that's Krishna's abode. It means that place where there is absolutely no anxiety at all. No children who hassle you. No government laying heavy taxes on you. No bosses at work treating you like crap. None of that stuff. None of the material stuff is there. It doesn't enter. And it's simply because you're in the real position then. Like that analogy we use sometimes, like you have the banyan tree on the bank of a river. It's real. And then you see in the still water the perfect reflection of the banyan tree. That's like the material world compared to the spiritual sky. That reflection is where we're in, and we're thinking the damn thing's real. It's not. It's just a temporary manifestation of something that is real. It's like a reflection of the real thing. And like any reflection, it's distorted. There's distortions there. It's not perfect. It never will be. It's not designed that way. So this material dimension is for those of us that want to come and be independent of Krishna and act independently. Yeah, you can do that. But you will not be happy doing it. Ultimately, you'll come to that point of realization, I cannot be happy by my own strength trying to enjoy this material energy. It just does not work. So when we arrive at that point, the holy names are there for us to take shelter of. The form of Krishna is there for the eyes to take shelter of. The tongue can vibrate the holy names. The ears can hear the chanting. The nose can smell flowers or incense that are offered to the Lord. Your sense of touch, on beads or, playing an instrument or whatever for the Lord. So you engage your senses, you engage your body in humble service of the Lord. All right, so is this okay? So Janmashtami is that's maybe a different way of describing it, but that's all you're getting out of me today. Anyone have any questions? If there aren't any questions, we can chant a little bit, yeah? But if you have a question, ask. Yeah. Yes, it's totally you. No one else to blame. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Your desires and your karma will bring you back. So the trick that a yogi has, or a lover of God has, is that their desire is to please God. And therefore the actions they make, like whatever they do in that attempt to please God, is known as what is called akarma. There is no karma attached. It's not good karma, it's not bad karma, it's no karma. Because a yogi knows that good karma will bind me just as much as bad karma will. In other words, if you make good karma in this life, you have to pay it back. And while it may be very pleasurable to pay it back, like you may get a beautiful body, you may be wealthy, you may experience all kinds of material enjoyment, because your karma is so good, it allows that to happen. Right? But that tank, it's like a fuel tank. Eventually it'll run out and you come back to a neutral position again. This particular planet we're on is described as a middle planet, where there's a certain amount of pleasure, there's a certain amount of pain. It's very yin-yang here. Just as you get too happy, it gets taken off you and you know, you know what I'm saying? And excuse me. Just as it gets too unhappy, you get relief. You know, and that's the nature of this world. It's just like that. But it's for us to. It gives us a chance to make a decision. What do I want? You know, what do I want? You know. So yeah, I'm sorry to answer your question with a negative like that. No, it's you. You determine what happens to you in your future. I determine. The buck stops with me. The buck stops with you. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yes. 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 That goes with you when you leave your body. Like a person may make, say for example, we're putting percentages on it. Say a person makes 50% of progress to the Supreme in this life, and they're 50% interest in the material world. Well, the next life, they get to start 51%. And there'll be absolutely no loss of any spiritual gain they've made in a previous life. This is a great benediction that we get. So gradually, you can say that after another 50 years, at 1% a year, it'd finally get back home, and finally get to leave. But the spiritual master will put in your ear this idea. The spiritual master, he or she will say, "Why bother with that? Why don't you get it together in this lifetime? Here's the chance. It's so simple. You can take the holy names. You can simply. If that's all you have, then you'll find perfect success in the holy names. Nothing else is required." I mean, you go, what? There's got to be something else. Yeah, there's a little effort on my part. I've got to at least pick my beads up and push them through my fingers and make some effort. Just like if my body is dirty, I've got to pick up the soap and at least make the effort to wash the dirt away. So yeah, a little effort on my part. It can't all be automatic, otherwise it would just be lazy people. So it is like that. There's absolutely, if you're taking shelter of the holy name, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. And like we say, it's not just the names we chant here. There are other names of God, and they're all equally beneficial. We're not opposed to the sound vibration alala, although we don't chant it. Or even, like we say this all the time, Eloi, Jehovah, Yahweh. These are all names from the Old Testament. Some of them we recognize them as being names of God, but we don't chant them. God has hundreds of millions. Lord Chaitanya himself, who is Krishna himself, non-different. He said, "Oh my Lord, you have hundreds and millions of names, and each and every one of them is invested with all of your transcendental qualities." Yeah. There's not even any hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Yeah. You don't have to be anyone special. Anyone can chant. Anyone. Yeah. And then he puts himself as one of us. But I am so unfortunate I have no attraction to do this. I have no attraction to chant. And that's our folly. That's down to us as individuals. How far do I want to take it? So just know that within yourself, if you want to go 2%, and it's like, fine, you'll start at 3 next time, and you won't forget that 2%. That'll be your start. That's why sometimes we get people coming, and straight away, you can see it, Jiva. Sometimes you see them picking up from where they've left off, and they're really quite advanced. And some people, they're just wow. So you can never judge anyone. We don't know where people are at. So we treat everyone with respect, in that way. We may, anyway, I won't go into it. We've got to stop. I think they want to bring out dinner. So while they're doing that, I'll just chant a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your question. That's a good question. Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Haribol, guys. All right, let's do this eating thing. Enjoy your food, and we'll get back to chanting straight up. I think there's a couple of things that are happening. Couple of videos, yeah, and a couple of things. Just anyway, we'll get to it. Thank you.
Insights into Krishna, and then after that, as you can see, we've got a little deity, a little form of Krishna here, and after those video presentations we're going to have just a short little ceremony, I guess you'd call it. It's a little informal offering situation. If anybody would like to participate, you're welcome. We're going to have, we've got some flowers where anybody who wants, you can offer a flower. So the basic meaning of that, or the understanding behind it, it's quite simple. It's like when you go to visit somebody, we take something, and you get invited for dinner somewhere, and it's like, oh, what can I bring? Oh, can I bring this? Can I bring that? We bring flowers, we bring whatever, drink, some food, something. So that's it. So when we go to visit Krishna, we bring something to offer, and it can be anything at all. It can be something very simple. And there's a nice verse in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, if one offers me with love and devotion a little fruit, a little flower, or even a leaf, or a little bit of water, I will accept it. So just according to what we feel from within our heart we want to offer, we do that. And it's all very nice, just like when we get a gift, we don't sort of, from somebody else, we don't sort of judge it. Oh, you only gave me a little bottle of water. You should have got me something better. No, we don't do that. We accept it. We accept the love that comes with it. And so it's like that. And it's very, very wonderful, simple way of becoming closer to Krishna, if that's what we want. So we'll put the videos on then, now first, and then we'll go into the little ceremony. Usually what people do, if you haven't done this before, usually we just, we've got some flowers, if anybody would like to, have a flower and offer it. And usually what we do is either like this. Some people touch their heads to the ground out of respect. Some go like this. Some like that. However, or sometimes you can even offer respect just within your mind. All these different forms of offering respect and a little expression of love, they're all acceptable. Whatever you want to do from your heart is fine. So we'll do that later, but firstly let's, Rupa's going to put the videos on. Okay.
The auspicious celebration of Janmashtami, the appearance day of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, is joyfully celebrated by millions of people around the world. The original Supreme Person, Shri Krishna, appeared in this world 5,000 years ago because of his divine love for all living beings and for Mother Earth herself. On the night that Krishna appeared, all directions were peaceful. Auspicious stars shone in the sky, and rivers flowed full of water, beautifully decorated with blooming lotus flowers. Birds in the forest sang, and peacocks danced. The wind blew pleasantly, and flowers rained from the sky. At the sea shore, there were sounds of mild waves, and above the sea, the clouds thundered pleasantly, while the full moon rose in the sky. Angels and celestial beings rejoiced, offering prayers, dancing, and singing. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, appeared just like an ordinary child, playing on the lap of his mother. His transcendental beauty appeared like the rising of the full moon in the darkness of night. His eyes appeared just like the lotus petals. His luster dazzled like that of a bright blackish rain cloud, and the yellow silk of his garment resembled sunshine. Krishna's parents were struck with wonder by the extraordinary beauty and bodily features of their child, and their hearts were overwhelmed with joy. Krishna appeared in the royal Yadu dynasty in the city of Mathura, but shortly afterwards he had to be secretly carried away from his home to live with foster parents in the beautiful village of Vrindavan. The night was stormy with heavy rain, and Krishna's father Vasudeva needed to cross the raging Jamuna river, but a transcendental serpent named Seshanag spread his hoods to shelter them, and the river made a path for them to safely cross. In Vrindavan, Krishna and his elder brother Balaram were lovingly raised by Nanda and Yasoda, who cared for them exactly as if they were their own children. Krishna's first birthday was celebrated by his family and friends with jubilant celebrations and auspicious ceremonies. A nice band played beautiful music. All the learned Brahmins were invited, and they chanted the Vedic hymns for the good fortune of Krishna. During the chanting of the Vedic hymns and playing of the bands, Krishna was bathed by Mother Yasoda. Krishna's father possessed thousands of cows, and Krishna would daily tend the cows and calves with his cowherd boyfriends in the beautiful forest of Vrindavan. They would run, laugh, tease each other, and play and enjoy in this way. At lunchtime, they sat on the bank of the river Jamuna and had a forest picnic, with Krishna in the center and the boys around him. When he would thus sit amongst his friends, it would appear that he was the whirl of a lotus flower, and that the friends surrounding him were the petals. The boys were so fond of Krishna that at night they would only think of the next morning when they would be able to meet him and go together to the forest for cow herding. While herding the beautiful bulls and cows, Krishna would play on his celebrated flute, enlivening the hearts of his friends. Surrounded by his friends and cows, he travelled on the shore of the Jamuna River, through gardens densely covered with trees and filled with the vibrations of chirping birds. Sometimes the boys would throw ropes and stones, devised for getting fruit from the trees, and then play football with the bell-shaped fruits. Sometimes they would cover themselves with blankets and imitate the cows and bulls and fight with one another. Sometimes they would copy the voices of the animals like peacocks, cuckoos, swans, and monkeys. In this way they enjoyed sporting in the beautiful forest of Vrindavan. Once dangerous clouds appeared above Vrindavan and began to pour water incessantly with all their strength and power. There was constant lightning and thunder, accompanied by heavy pieces of ice and strong winds. Being much aggrieved, the inhabitants all approached Krishna for protection, along with their cows. Krishna immediately picked up Govardhan Hill, exactly like a huge umbrella. The inhabitants of Vrindavan remained underneath the hill for 1 week without being disturbed by hunger, thirst, or any other discomfort. They were simply astonished to see how Krishna was holding up the hill with the little finger of his left hand. Krishna's dear friends, the Gopi girls of Vrindavan, were captivated by the sound of Krishna's transcendental flute. When he entered the forest playing his flute on the bank of the river Jamuna, the moonlight dissipated the surrounding darkness. A gentle breeze carried the sweet aroma of blooming flowers, and bees were also flying in the breeze, thinking the aroma was honey. The gopis offered Krishna a nice seat, flower garlands and sweet words. Among the gopis, Krishna appeared just like the full moon surrounded by glittering stars. The gopis' eternal relationship with the Lord is the perfection of spiritual love. Srimati Radharani is the eternal loving consort of Lord Krishna. She is the most beautiful of all the gopis, and her love for Krishna knows no bounds. Her smiling face is just like the moonshine. Her eyes are like lotus petals, and her bodily complexion defeats the beauty of gold. Of all the gopis, she is the most dear. Krishna's love for Radharani is compared to a blooming lotus. The only difference is Krishna's love remains ever increasingly beautiful. In the epic battle of Kurukshetra, Krishna took the role of charioteer to his dear friend and cousin, the warrior Arjuna. In the midst of the two great armies, Lord Krishna spoke the imperishable science of yoga to Arjuna for the benefit of all. In chapter 9, verse 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, "This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed." The eternal wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita, the words of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, are as fresh and meaningful today as they were 5,000 years ago, and as they will be for all time. The Bhagavad Gita concludes with these words: "Wherever there are Krishna and Arjuna, there will certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality."
Krishna is all attractive. His names are so inviting. Krishna appears in this world. Every aspect of his appearance in this world is an invitation to you. Come. Come to my party. Come to my world. Come live with me. Come and be happy. It is an open invitation to an ongoing party, to a love festival that never ends and is all satisfying, yet you never get satiated or tired of it. You always want more. An analogy to Krishna's appearance is made sometimes. His appearance is like the sun. The sun rises in the morning. But you know, when the sun rises in the morning, a person is in darkness. The sun rises, it's all dark, you're bumping into trees, you're cold. As soon as the sun starts to rise, then all your fears of the crooks in the forest and the punks and the centipedes and the mosquitoes and the cold and everything else, the ghosts, all disappears. The sun is rising. And now, I ask you this question. If you are here in darkness and the sun rises, just tell me, where will you look? Where will your eyes go? When the sun rises, where does your eyes go? Your eyes go to the rising sun. This is Krishna's appearance. Krishna appears in this world like the rising sun in the dark, from a dark ocean, the dark sky. You can't help but look. You can't help but be moved by the beauty of the sun, the appearance of the sun. The sun arises and then it disappears. But the sun doesn't stop existing. The sun continues to exist. Krishna continues to exist. His abode, world of warmth and love continues to exist. It is simply a matter of making the decision to enter into His abode, to enter into His world. That's all. To accept His invitation, to accept His love. And that decision we make. He cannot make that decision for us. We make that decision. We make that decision by humbly receiving His names into our heart and chanting His names. We accept His invitation by hearing His pastimes, reading His words. In these ways we accept Krishna's invitation. And we enter into His abode, enter into His party, enter into His joy and happiness, the joy and happiness of His abode. He is inviting us not just for the future, He's inviting us now. His invitation is there, and you can accept His invitation simply by saying, Krishna. That is to accept His invitation. Saying the names of Krishna, Krishna, you enter into His world. Thank you very much.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Okay, so hey everybody, so we're just going to chant the rest of the night away, and you know, our friend Suki up here has got a little bowl of flowers if people want to take a flower and you know, approach and make their offerings. That'll be nice. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Udana Mohana, 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 Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Udana Mohana. Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, 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 Dana Mohana, Gopala. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana,
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Jana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana,
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Jana Mohana.
Gopala, just going to do one more and then we'll have tag. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Pala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Pala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Pala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Pala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala, Gopala, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Hari Bol. Ted.
We'll just do some basses. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Vidyinami Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radhe Krishna Prasthaya Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhajarenda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhajarenda Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Hari Bol. Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Hari Bol. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Hari Bol. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, 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 Hari Bol. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala, Medana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama 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 Medana Mohana So the chorus bit for those of you that it's Radharani Shyam Sundar Vrindavan Haribol. So Radharani then Shyam Sundar Vrindavan Haribol. Yeah, that's the chorus bit. So every 3 times we do a mantra together. Well, 6, maybe 6, but 3 each. We'll do that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol, Radharani, Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol.
Radharani Shani Sundar, Vrindavan Hari Bol. Radharani Shani Sundar, Vrindavan Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radharani, Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Radharani, Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol.
Radharani Shani Sundar, Vrindavan Hari Bol. Radharani Shani Sundar, Vrindavan Hari Bol.
Gopala, Govinda Rama, Matana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Matana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda Rama, Matana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Matana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda Rama, Matana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Matana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama,
Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo
Radharani Shani Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Radharani Shani Sundar Vrindavan Haribo
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo
Radharani Shani Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Radharani Shani Sundar Vrindavan Haribo
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Haribo, Radharani, Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Haribo.
Radharani Shani Sundar, Vrindavan Haribo. Radharani Shani Sundar, Vrindavan Haribo.
Let's all chant.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Haribo. Well, I think that brings us to the conclusion of the evening. Yeah. Any, I'm not sure of any announcements this time.
Saturday 22nd here at Gokula. There'll be what's the Sunday is a special a big public talk. Saturday is more by invitation only for people who've been chanting a bit more and have got, maybe have, questions, things you want clarified about chanting and so on, yoga wisdom. So, consider yourselves all invited to that Saturday night. And there'll be meals on both those nights. I'm pretty sure, we haven't finalised it yet, I'll let you know, but I think they're going to be both from 5 till 8. Or the Sunday will be 5 till 8. The Saturday, not so sure yet, it may start a little earlier. Saturday's going to be a little bit more informal. Just be a bit of kind of like we are now. So please keep that in mind. This is like a pretty rare opportunity. The last time Charidas was here, I think it was 5 years or
7 years.
7 years. Yeah, it's been a while, so it may not happen again. So please take advantage of this time. Take a day off work, do what you got to do. This is not to be missed. So we'll leave it at that. Namaste, everybody. Thank you.
Jude is the master chef, and
What?
Joe.
No, it's Rita.